Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you this Sunlite 1000 watt probe start metal halide bulb. This particular bulb was bought off Amazon Prime for only $29. So that was pretty cheap and somewhat expensive, but not too expensive as $100 or $1,000 for example. But let's not worry about that, and we'll take a look at the etch real quick. I'm going to point it into some type of light so we can look at it. So it's made by Sunlite, as you can see. You can see the bulb code right there. It's a MH1000/U universal burn position. I also have two other 1000 watt probe start metal halide bulbs, but they're both made by Venture Lighting, and they're both coated, and they both have a base up burn position type. So I have to have the bulb upside down, with the base up and the whole glass body upside down. So as you can see, it's a BT56, so this bulb is quite large. So it's about 15 inches in length, so it's over a foot long. As you can see, there's the ballast type right there, the M47/S. Pretty sure the letter S means that this is a shatter resistant type of bulb. So this little tin foil right here under the arc tube is there to prevent the heat from going all the way around the bulb, because this heat from this bulb is actually pretty intense. And there's a quartz tube around the main electrode of the bottom of the arc tube, because the arc tube produces a lot of heat. So it's pretty staggering. So that's why they put a quartz tube around the main electrode on the bottom on the arc tube. So there's the arc tube itself. I'm actually dragging the bulb on the floor because I can't hold it for too long, because this bulb is very heavy too. It's only like 1.45 pounds, but still, it's quite heavy for one hand. So as you can see, there is a ceramic tube around this little piece of lead around the construction of the bulb, because that's to prevent the lead wire from melting from the intense heat from this big and long arc tube. And here's the arc tube itself. It has been used slightly, and it still works quite nicely. So there's the big tip to help support the whole bulb assembly itself, because this bulb is quite large. So as you can see, there are many differences with this particular bulb shape type. So anyways, let's take a good look at the construction of the bulb right now, and we'll see how this was made in a factory. We'll focus the camera. So let's try it's focusing on the carpet for some reason, but let's not worry about that. There's the exhaust tube down there. You can see that the base is glued onto the bulb very, very strongly. So there's more of these metal straps supporting the bottom, and there's also more metal straps supporting the top of the bulb. That means this bulb is supported quite nicely, as you can see. So you can see a quartz tube around the main electrode that goes into the bottom electrode of the arc tube, and there's the probe switch, just like on an older Philips metal halide bulb of any wattage. So you can see the little probe circuit right there in the bottom. There's the big long arc tube itself, and there's metal straps supporting the arc tube as well. And overall, this is an awesome bulb right here. And before I plug it in and turn it on for you guys to watch, because that's what this whole high intensity discharge hobby thing is about for my channel, I'll tell you a few details and what the Lumen Output is, and etc. So the Lumen Output, this bulb produces a staggering 110,000 lumens. It's the same Lumen Output on a Sylvania 1000 watt probe start metal halide bulb, or a pulse start metal halide bulb with this same arc tube shape. So as you can see, there's the little tip. That's where they suck out all of the normal air, and they replace it with pressurized argon gas. There's the top electrode of the arc tube as well. And this bulb has a color temperature of 4000 K or cool white. This bulb is obviously not dimmable. If it was, that would be nice. And this bulb has an average life of 12,000 hours. And this bulb actually came in a box. And it's right behind this tower fan. And there it is right there. So, it's a very large box, as you can see. So anyway, we are going to give this bulb a test, and we'll see how it starts up. Hopefully there's no issues with the arc tube, because these bulbs can explode pretty violently. And if not treated right, these bulbs have a higher chance of the arc tube rupturing, and that'll cause out all of the mercury vapor particles to fly out, and the hot quartz might cause some fires, especially if your carpet is like, wood, or, if it's a carpet or a rug or whatever. So please be very careful when you operate these types of bulbs. So I'm doing this only for entertainment purposes only. So if you have your own ballast or anything like that, you can wire it up, but just not do it at home, because don't burn your own house down, because that will be not good at all. So anyways, there it is in my test fixture. You can see that the bulb is actually in a mogul-based adapter because the socket is medium-based. And this is the new test fixture I made just today, about an hour ago. So there's the capacitor right here. It's made by Aerovox. I'm not sure if I pronounced their name correctly, but that's okay. And there's some wood to support the capacitor itself with a plastic strap. And the ballast is actually made by Plusrite, believe it or not. The other three ballasts that I have for my metal halide fixtures are made by Philips Advance. So as you can see, the ballast is very, very big, and it's quite heavy. This baby weighs 16 pounds, which is a very, very heavy weight. So you can see the coils right there. So anyways, we are going to put the camera on the ballast so we can get a good view of the whole bulb itself. I might zoom in on the arc tube a little bit so you can get a better view of the bulb and the arc tube turning on. There, I think that seems pretty good. So anyways, I'm just going to make sure the camera is stabilized. And I can't touch the coils on the ballast because I might get shocked and electrocuted. And this ballast produces like very high voltage, and I cannot touch the ballast. And this ballast can go up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit if it's on too long. Unless if this was in a parking lot like fixture, and the ballast is in when it's in the winter and it's like snowing outside. So anyways, without further ado, we are going to give this bulb a whirl in 3, 2, 1. the halide salts fell down to the bottom of the arc tube because it became a liquid, just like water. This bulb is very bright. Anyway, the bulb is at full brightness, and it is super bright in here. Like, words cannot describe how bright this bulb is. Seriously, it lights up this room very nicely in pure whiteness. So, anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this nice, bright Sunlite 1000 watt probe start metal halide bulb. And as always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And thank you all so much for watching.